everybody, how are you today? So today we're going to do a Storytime yoga class, and we are going to read a book about the moon. And this story is called I Took the Moon for a Walk, and the authors and illustrators are Carolyn and Alison J. So here's the cover. Now before we read, I'm wondering, since it gets dark out earlier, I'm wondering if you've been outside recently and noticed the moon. I think near us, it's almost a new moon, so you really can't see much of the moon at all. But over the next few days, our moon's gonna grow a little bit bigger and bigger and bigger. So if you get a chance and you're awake after dark, maybe go out and see what the moon looks like near you. I took the moon for a walk. I took the moon for a walk last night. It followed behind like a still summer kite. Good, so there he is. The moon's following him, or it seems like it. Though there wasn't a string or a tail in sight when I took the moon for a walk. I carried my flashlight just in case the moon got scared and hid its face. So it looks like the child is taking the moon for a walk through a forest, and I see an animal in a tree up here that comes out at night. Do you see this owl? So let's grow ourselves into trees. We'll make a forest and then we'll land an owl in our tree. So can you start really, really small, like a little tree seed? I'm a little seed, short and stout. Up through the ground I grow a sprout. Then I grow a stem and some green leaves. Someday I will be a tree. All right, let me move back so you can see me. Even further, I think. Good, okay. So can you give yourself some great big branches? And you could reach your branches up to the sky. And if you want to be a tree on one foot, you could lift up a foot and place it on your other leg. Now around me right now, there's some wind blowing. So maybe you want to move your tree in the wind. And if you're balancing on one foot, go ahead and pick up the other foot and try it on the other side. Good, okay trees. We're gonna make ourselves an owl to land in our tree. Now owls can do something special. They can turn their heads almost all the way around. So go ahead and give yourself some nice big owl wings, and we'll take some breaths here. Big breath in, lift up your wings, and big breath out. Let's do it a few more times. One more. Good. Okay, let's twist like owls. Lift your wings up, and we're gonna twist and look over one shoulder. And if you want to, you could make a sound like an owl. Owls sort of, well, some owls make a hooting noise. Woo, woo, woo. Let's take it to the other side. Big breath in, lift up those arms, and twist over to the other side. See if you can look over your shoulder. That's it. Big breath in, lift up your wings, and all the way down. Beautiful. All right. But the moon peeked through the clouds that were fragile as lace when I took the moon for a walk. Can you see who's watching him as he walks by? Do you see these cows? Looks like they're looking at the moon too. All right, let's make ourselves into cows. So I'm gonna come onto my hands and knees, and you can tuck your toes or untuck them, whatever feels best to you. And go ahead and let your belly drop down, and you can look up towards the sky. And what sound would a cow make? Moo. Good, and a cow has a really good friend, and she's a cat. So can you make your back really round? Look at your belly button. Meow. Good, drop your belly down, look up at the sky. Moo. And make your back really round, turn yourself into a cat. right, let's see who else we see on this walk with the moon. I warned the moon to rise a bit higher so it wouldn't get hooked on a church's tall spire. He was afraid the moon might get stuck. While the neighborhood dogs made a train whistle choir when I took the moon for a walk. See all those dogs howling at the moon? Let's give that a try. We're gonna come back onto hands and knees. This time I'm gonna tuck my toes and lift my puppy dog tail up to the sky. And can you be a dog howling at the moon? Woo! Good. What do your howling sounds sound like? Woo! Good. And if you want to walk your dog, you could lift a leg and lift the other leg. Take your dog for a walk. Maybe the dog wants to follow the moon. And let's see what happens next. We tiptoed through grass where the night crawlers creep when the rust-bellied robins have all gone to sleep. Good, so we usually see the moon at night. So the animals that we'll see in this book that are awake are nocturnal. They're all awake at night. All right, can we tiptoe through the grass? Can you walk on your tiptoes as quietly as you can? Good, let's see what else we can see out at night. And the moon called the dew, so the grass seemed to weep when I took the moon for a walk. Good. We raced for the swings where I kicked my feet high, and I imagined the moon had just asked me to fly. Good, so we're gonna see what it feels like to fly. Can you imagine that the moon just asked you to fly? What would that feel like? What would it feel like to fly, and where would you go? Let's see what it feels like to fly in a yoga pose. So go ahead and stand all the way up. And we're gonna stretch one foot out behind us. I'm gonna put my arms out to help me balance. Lift that foot up, whoa. Good, woo. See what it feels like to fly in this yoga pose. And if you lose your balance, that's okay. That's part of yoga, is wobbling and losing our balance and trying it again. Let's try it on the other side. Can you lift the other leg up? You can put your arms out to balance if you want. Or if you want to be a little trickier, you could put your arms out in front of you to fly like this, like you're soaring. Good. Beautiful. I wonder where you would fly to. If you could fly with the moon, where would you go? All right. Hand holding hand through the starry night sky when I took the moon for a walk. All right. Let's try star pose. We'll make our own starry night sky. So go ahead and stand up nice and tall. I'll move back again so you can see me. And stretch out your arms, stretch out your legs. Can you balance on one side in star pose? And how about on the other side? Good. Can you take it to the first side? See if you can balance, balance, balance. Maybe you can twinkle your fingers. And try the other side. Woo, that's it. Beautiful. All right. We danced across the bridge where the smooth waters flow. The moon was above and the moon was below. So there's a moon reflected in the water too. Can you turn yourself into a bridge? I'm gonna imagine my blanket is the water. Put your hands behind you. Put your feet down and push up and make a nice bridge to cross over the water. Maybe you can look up and imagine, or maybe you really can see the moon. If it feels okay on your neck, you can look all the way up or all the way back and come back down. Very nice. And bright in between them, I echoed their glow when I took the moon for a walk. Then we turned back, the moon kept me in sight, It followed me home and it stayed there all night. And thanked me by sharing its sweet, sleepy sight when I took the moon for a walk. Beautiful. And then they show us some animals that we might see if we took the moon for a walk, some animals that are nocturnal. So let's see if we can try some of those. Can we turn into bats? Let's see if we can turn into bats. When bats sleep, they hang upside down. So go ahead and stand all the way up. I'm going to tuck my bat wings in, separate my feet, and then hang all the way upside down like a bat. And if you want to, you could rock side to side. Beautiful. Good. I wonder if you know any other animals that are nocturnal, any other animals that come out at night. If you do, I would love to try those yoga poses. Okay. So let's get ready. The moon just took us, or we just took the moon for a nice walk, and now we're ready for a rest. So you can go ahead and lie all the way down onto your back. Maybe you can imagine that you're looking up at the moon, or maybe you imagine that you're lying on the moon or floating in the sky near the moon, whatever sounds interesting and relaxing to you. So lie all the way back. You can put your hands on your belly. And while you're looking at the moon or floating on the moon, maybe you can feel your belly move while you breathe. Nice, slow, deep breath in. Out. Let's do one more. Big breath in. And out. Good. You can stretch your arms overhead, wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, hug in your knees, and roll over to one side. Beautiful. Thank you for practicing this Storytime yoga class with me today. I hope you have a beautiful evening and a good night's sleep. Namaste, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.